And one other game that we're looking at this weekend is Rock Island taking on Alleman. Rocky still looking for that first win. You look at the rest of their schedule, this is probably their best chance at getting at least one win on the year.
Yeah, this one, and then obviously with Galesburg. But Galesburg, I mean, so Alleman it's interesting when you kind of break their games down, right? They play the Dwight game in week 2, who's obviously a team, when you look at their level of competition, much more level for Alleman. And they controlled the game, or not controlled it, but they were able to play the game in a certain way, and then all of a sudden it got away from them. And it's, if you look at just kind of how the game flow from last week against Galesburg, it's a tight game at half, and then all of a sudden, an hour later, you check the little Twitter scoreboard again, or X or whatever it's called these days, and all of a sudden you see Galesburg hung 50 on them, and you're like, where did that come from? So from what I could tell, Alleman was able to play ball control a lot, and I assume with, so far Rockies' weaknesses on the defensive side, they haven't really been able to stop the run that well. I'm sure that's something Alleman's going to want to try to do. Hopefully, they've had some guys that have been battling injury as well. Will Otten-Tomes, I believe, was someone that missed last week. Hopefully, he's able to play on Friday. That'd be somebody that'd be big for Alleman. And I think that's where it could go. Can Rock Island use their athletic advantage, their speed advantage, to not allow Alleman to do that? And then offensively, when they have the ball, I know they've been battling injuries as well, but whoever is out there, maybe use their athletic advantage to create mismatches on the outside in some way, shape, or form to really to get over that hump, because it is an important game for them. I mean, if Alleman can somehow find a way to win this thing, I mean, it would do wonders for where they're at trying to rebuild this thing as a program, which we talked earlier in the season. Yeah. Temper expectations, don't all jump off the boat if it doesn't go this well. It's a process. But if they were able to pull this off, it would be huge, even though this is a Rocky team that historically is down. But for Rock Island as well, right now you're just trying to find one. You're trying to find a game, compete and win, and then all of a sudden feel good about yourself, because I think right now for them it's been a while since they have. So we'll see. I'm very intrigued to see how that game will go on Friday.
You make a good point about Alleman obviously being back for the first time in 3 years. If they're able to take down their Western Big Six neighbor, just what that would do for the mindset, not only for this current team, but going into next season as well. Like, hey, you know what? We are back and we can compete with other Western Big Six teams.
Agreed 100%. Because it would not only, and it's unfortunate that last week did, and Galesburg's a young team and they're improving, so it's unfortunate for them that last week did go the way it did, because I thought that was a game maybe they'd be more punchy in, and it seemed like they were early, but in the end they just weren't able to hang. Battle of attrition and whatnot. But you're right, Evan. If they are able to win this game, it would feel like just a shot of rejuvenation juice right through the entire program. Like, look what we can do. We hit hard times, we took our lumps, and if we can pull off this, I think it would speak volumes to what Coach Barber has done, what he's been building in just an incredibly short amount of time. So if they are able to do it, I think that would be awesome. It would be. But also for Coach Fritz too, if they're able to get on the right track. They still have Galesburg coming up. They want to end their season strong. I think a couple of years ago they started 1-5, I believe, and then they rattled off a bunch of games to end the season. So their season, in their mind, even though they're 0-4, they're sitting there probably thinking, guys, it's not lost. Let's do a couple things. Let's try to see what we can do. So both teams are going to be – it's desperation mode. Even in the Battle of Rock Island, even though it's not in Rock Island this week, but it's definitely going to be a desperation mode game for both teams.
All right, well, Week 5 is here. Evan Denton alongside Joe Winkle. It's going to be a great weekend. Have a great time, Quad Cities.